Today I'm going to show you how to change the front brake pads on this Chrysler 300. Start removing the wheel with a 13/16 inch socket. Now Chrysler uses these terrible lug nuts that have these sheet metal caps on them, so you may have to use a socket the size bigger, like a 7/8. And find the front jack point and start jacking up the vehicle. Should look like a little sheet metal tab under there. Go under the front of the vehicle and place a jack stand underneath the subframe. That's all the lug nuts are off, just remove the wheel. And take a 13mm socket and remove the two caliper bolts from the top and the bottom. Take a pry bar and carefully pry the caliper away from the bracket. Set that up there for now. That was really low. Gently pull each slide pin away from its rubber boot. Make sure not to mix up the top and the bottom because they are different. Just wipe off the old grease. I don't like mixing old and new. Just put a bunch of grease on it. All around the outer diameter. Spread it around. Spread it around a bit. Now just slide it back into the boot. I like to spin it to evenly distribute the grease. Just work it around a bit. Work the grease around. And do the same thing for the bottom one. And be sure to wipe off any excess grease globs if you don't want it to find its way to the pad or rotor. Now you have to retract the caliper piston. So take an old brake pad and the C-clamp. Just gently squeeze the piston inward. It should move easily. If not, you could have a seized caliper. If you're really trying to have to put effort into rotating the forcing screw on the C-clamp, that means you probably have a bad caliper. This one's moving very nicely. And let's hit the bottom. Now to slap the new pads on, Just guide these tabs into their respective grooves in the caliper bracket assembly. And just reinstall the caliper. Make sure you're not twisting the brake line. It should fall back relatively to the way it was, so any kinks will be obvious. And obviously kinks are bad when it comes to your brake lines. You might have to press in the slide pins to get the caliper in place. And then just start the bolts, slide pins. Just leave the one hand tight until you get the other one in place. And then just start tightening with a 13mm socket. About a quarter turn past snug is all you need. The other side is the same procedure, just the mirror image. Once you've got all that done, it's time to reinstall the wheel and torque the lug nuts. I like to use an actual torque wrench to tighten down the lug nuts. For these, I take them down to 100 foot-pounds. It's always better to use a torque wrench when you can, because you never want to take any chances with your wheels coming off. Just do a basic crisscross pattern, nothing special. Once they're all torqued, just go around and make sure they all took torque. Go back over them. Once you've got everything installed, just go inside the cab with the engine off and pump the brake pedal until you get a stiff pedal. That's going to refill all those caliper pistons you compressed. This is a very important safety step, because if you get in and you just try to drive, you'll go to step on the brakes and you'll have no pedal. Pump until you get the firm pedal and you're done. If this video helped you, please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.